What I have in my hand is a droid I built a few years ago and only just found it hiding in the bottom of a box. Thing is, this droid reminded me of a story I heard about a spaceman who set off from Earth on a 10-year mission to discover life on other planets. After year 7, all contact with the Black Star space crew ceased. Now, scientists theorized that he and the spaceship had flown into a black hole never to be seen again. But what if I told you the real story of what happened to the Black Star? Let me explain. Last year, I built my own world for Star Wars called the Dark Universe. This year, I thought I'd start a new universe, a more fantasy-driven one that will incorporate fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk, and anything else I can think of. This map will grow and more will be added as I expand this universe, and we will meet the residents, myths and legends, and possibly monsters, of this strange faraway land. Welcome to Shambalshire. My name is Aaron, and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. More on that story later. For now, let's talk about this build. What I have is some spray bottle tops that I'm just cutting down. These will become the engines for the Black Star spaceship. To get the plastic to stick to these spray triggers, I lightly sand the surface. Now always wear a mask when doing this. You don't want to be breathing in that plastic dust. Also, do it in a well ventilated room. Now, I call these leprechaun milk bottles, but they're actually those yogurt drinks that are supposed to help your digestive system. Personally, 2 pints of Guinness for me have the same effect. Probably too much information for some viewers, but I like to give you regular updates. What I'm doing is cutting the tops off these bottles, which will become engine ports. I use a little hot glue and then get some of this wire mesh and stick that on the bottom. It will give me a better surface to stick to later on, but also gives it that sort of texture of an engine. Once that's done, I glue the first one onto the top or the bottom of what used to be a droid. For the spray triggers, I'm using some thin EVA foam. I'll stick that over the gap again to give a better sticking surface. And then I can glue that onto the side of the ship. While I do that, I'm dropping names on screen from subscribers who leave comments. Yes, it's Subscribers Corner. It's my way of saying thank you for all your support. If you want to leave a comment, remember to put the code word into your comment so I know you're a watcher and not a peeper. Code word is coming later in the video. So using 2 more leprechaun milk bottles, I attach them to the back. Now these newer bottles do have the company's name embossed in the plastic, so to get around that is I'm going to use some EVA foam, cut a strip out and glue it over the logo. Quick PSA, whenever using machinery, always make sure you're wearing safety glasses, and if you're unsure, be under the supervision of an adult. Luckily for me, my other half nipped into the man cave, so I was covered. I had to say that because I'm drilling holes. Now, garden wire is always a good thing to have in your kit bashing toolkit. I nipped over the fence to the neighbour's shed for this lot. Again, I realise probably too much information, but I'm cutting strips to use as pipes in the pre-drilled holes. Viewers will note that there is nothing fancy about this scratch build, and that's because I'm wanting to show you how easy it is to make a spaceship out of a few plastic bottles and garden wire. I'm hoping these builds inspire some of you to become the future scratch building YouTubers. There's not a lot of us left. That's why you need to support your favourite builders, and why we're always asking for you to like and subscribe and hype the channel. It's to help YouTube realise there's more on this platform than, say, Mr. Beast. Viewers keep sending me pictures of builds they've made, and I'm telling them to start a YouTube channel because they're building stuff way better than what I'm doing. Tell you what, in the comments let me know if you're interested in me showing you what you need to start your own YouTube channel, along with how much it would cost. If there's enough interest, I will do a video on everything that I got when I first started this channel. So where are we in this build? Oh, we're adding model kit bits now. Again, I'm just adding bits from very cheap model kits. Nothing ever goes to waste. I didn't start adding model bits to my builds until recently. I was using beads, paper clips, pens, anything I could find around the house. I've still got some kits that I've had for 2 years that I can still find parts to go onto my builds. So what I'm doing here is I've got some tank tracks that I'm just adding, and this next bit is from a toy train that I probably used 2 years ago for a post-apocalyptic hover tank train or something like that. And what I add here is, this is the corner of some sprues I just cut down. Thought it'd be cool just to connect the main body to one of the thrusters. While I add the greeblies, I do believe it's code word time. Leave this code word in your comments so I know you got here before going all TikTok and zapping past the story to get to the glamour shots. And the code word is Davy Jones. Please also like and subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a hype button, press that hype 3 times. It really helps the channel get noticed with YouTube. So that's the build for the Black Star spaceship. Time to add some primer. I go over the spaceship with black. Yes, I know the spaceship is grey, but I wanted everything to be uniform black to start off with. Once the ship is dry, I'm going to add a crudely cut out star and stick it onto the spaceship. And then I can start going over everything with a light grey. Now viewers will notice that I've gone basically arse over tit with my painting. I should have done the dark grey first, then done the light grey. Instead I went light grey first and then dark grey. Does that make sense? Once all the paint has dried, I pull off the masking tape to reveal the star that I'd put on already. I go over certain areas with just a normal black acrylic paint. Sometime in January, the other half bought herself a new toy. It's a smoothie maker. Now it's been sat on the shelf in the box for well over 3 months now. So I'm going to use this to try and make myself some poor man's version of sculptor mold. It's fancy, it's charged by a USB charger, but the one thing is you can't take it anywhere because there's no lid, so you've got to drink it there and then, so it kind of defeats the purpose. Anyway, I'm going to turn this on and yeah, let's screw it down, turn it on. Is it working? Yes it is. Like I said, this is trial and error. Let's see what happens. Well, okay, it took a while, but it has chopped things down and made them smaller, which I guess is the purpose of what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to do some more of this, and while it's playing I'm going to tell you the story of the Black Star spaceship. It sounded simple. A 10-year mission to gather data in our solar system. The Black Star crew, apart from one, never made it past year 2. You see, once they got into the 3A Atlas's slipstream, that's when things started to go wrong. Instrument failure happened first, then cabin pressure, the crew all perishing at their workstations. The Black Star spaceship had hit the interstellar comet side on. Having lost its crew and all navigation systems, the Black Star was pushed into deeper space and eventually swallowed by a newly formed black hole. It was around this time the sole survivor had woke. Davy Jones, the chief scientist officer, had gone into sleep status 4 days before the events on the Black Star. He'd been feeling a little unwell, and since he wasn't really needed for another week or so, had gone for a cheeky 7-day sleep. He somehow managed to climb into his spacesuit to be the only person in history to witness what it was like hurtling uncontrollably through a black hole. The noise was deafening, like 1,000 rivers crashing together. The ship shook like he was riding an out-of-control roller coaster before sudden stillness. He felt a strange calmness wash over his body, as the pitch blackness soon gave way to reveal bright white light. As his eyes slowly adjusted, he peered out the cockpit window and he watched as a planet came into view. A strange relief came over the science officer as he watched the planet grow closer. It was as if he was connected to this planet somehow. It seemed very familiar. It looked like Earth. The townsfolk of Shambalshire had witnessed many stars falling from the skies, but nothing quite like this one had prepared them for what was to come. It was around 3:33 AM if Shambalshire used time to manage their days, which they don't. Many folk were woken from a loud roar like trumpets blasting from the early morning skies. Some witnessed the huge fireball in the sky as it flew overhead towards Fire Mountain, which was a little odd because it was usually the mountains that flung fire into the sky, not the other way around. The fireball soon disappeared over the mountains before a loud bang that echoed and shook the land of Shambalshire. The townsfolk watched as fire erupted from the mountains, shrugged, and all went back to their beds. Had some of them set out to see what had fallen from the skies, they would have found the man who fell to Earth, the only person who linked them to their future. That's it, that's the story. I'm going to leave on a cliffhanger. It's almost time for the glamour shots. I'm just doing a little weathering on the spaceship and some little tidy ups. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a breakdown of what you need to start this hobby and a YouTube channel. Also leave the code word in that comment. I have an email address in my description if you want to get in contact with me. And until next time, thanks for watching everybody. Keep scratching that build.